Of course, we start out this episode as usual with Odd Lots, and this time we've got Andrew Bailey, who runs a one-of-a-kind business. Let's take a look at this laboratory planning and consultancy business.
Principal consultant of Emec Technology, Andrew Bailey, has been in the laboratory design and building industry for the past 13 years. Over this period of time, he saw the opportunity to address both the issue of laboratory safety as well as the possibility of manufacturing the necessary equipment in the country.
Basically, fume exposure and safety. So we decided to set up a company specifically to help solve the problem of safety in laboratories. So we do that by consulting, designing labs that are safe to use, and by designing equipment that's safe and protects the users. While we were doing our equipment design, we actually came across a few equipment that are not made in Malaysia but can easily be made here. So we've started manufacturing our own lab equipment, such as what you see here, pathology workstation or grossing station.
The primary issue faced by most labs was that of ventilation and control of the environment within these enclosed spaces.
So the opportunity was we were constantly coming across labs which had very poor ventilation and fume control measures in place. The biggest problem for people working in labs is exposure to chemicals, and it's not by handling the chemicals, it's actually by breathing the chemicals. This is a problem we came right across throughout Asia. We had projects from Dubai through to Australia, and particularly in Southeast Asia we noticed a problem with this exposure to fumes. So we decided to specify this problem and try and solve this. Plus we noticed that the users were becoming more and more aware of the problem, and there was more and more demand for answers to solve this problem.
Andrew's response to the situation was to develop and manufacture the station here in Malaysia, and the results have been exceptional.
I can say it's been very good. We've been very busy with the grossing station. Of course, being made in Malaysia, we're much cheaper than any competitor from overseas. As well, we can customize our design specifically to the end user's requirements. All labs in Malaysia, all histology labs actually have a requirement for one of these machines, but you'll find that very few actually use grossing stations because of the cost. So now that we're bringing in a low-cost grossing station to the market, there's definitely a very good demand, and I could tell you in our first year we've become the market leader.
Developing the product naturally required time and money, both for the R&D, manufacturing, as well as testing period.
What I can tell you with regard to investment is the main investment you have is your time when you develop these products. Because when you're building something new, you need to test it, you need to make sure it functions exactly as you want. So there's quite a long lead time while you're developing your products. Of course, it's the time when you're not generating any income. So your investment is your time. So you need to be able to pay for your costs while you're doing your development. After that, the beauty about working in Malaysia is it's a very established contract manufacturing industry. So what we manufacture, we actually use contract manufacturers.
An immediate benefit of Emec's endeavors is the work that it is now doing in India, which has a flourishing biotechnology industry.
Right now we're heavily involved in India in the biotech industry. Biotech in India is growing exponentially. So there's a very big problem there with fume exposure and designing safe labs. So every month we're in India at the moment helping to design new fume enclosures, fume cupboards and fume handling systems to be used specifically for the biotech industry. Apart from that, we have a university that we're currently working on in Sungai Petani, and there's a constant demand for our grossing stations. Other than that, we have some new products that we're currently launching, which are for the storage of microscopes. Another big problem here is due to the humidity and the heat, a lot of microscopes grow mold and fungus, so they become unusable after a year. So we've designed cabinets specifically for the storage of microscopes to prevent this problem.
The future does look bright for this very specialized manufacturing company. Ultimately, however, its goal is to export its products around the region.
Well, our immediate goal is to start exporting our products. We believe we should be securing our first export order probably by end of this month. And from there we hope to grow our business throughout the region.